Good morning, children. Already I started this lesson, Rampur, a village economy. So just let us recall. Where is Rampur, children? Rampur is a village which is in the Uttar Pradesh district, which is in the UP. And this Rampur village is having a very fertile lands. What is called fertile, children? What is fertile soil? It consists of the alluvial soil, black soil, which enables the crops to grow. The production will be in plenty. So the fertile soil helps the crops to increase the production. This production will be a surplus where it has been distributed to the other parts of the country where the crops are not grown. And let us once again recall, in these places where the deltas are there, here also the soils will be fertile. What is a delta, children? The river, before joining the sea, it forms a triangular patch. It forms a triangular patch and then drains into the seas. And this triangular patch is deposited with the fine soils, fine mineral salts, which enables the crops will be produced in surplus. So this is about the deltas, children. That is the reason why these deltas are very fertile. And here also the Rampur's village in Uttar Pradesh, it lies in the Gangetic basin. So that is the reason why this Rampur is also having a very fertile soils. And let us discuss the land, about the land. Land is the first one. It comes in the factors of production. What are the factors of production, children? Yes, children. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and organization. These are the 4 factors of production which are very, very important. Now, let us take the first one, land. Land is fixed by nature. We cannot increase the land. Let us recall once again. Our earth is called as a blue planet, where 71% of the earth is covered by the water and 29% is covered by the land. So land is very much limited when it is compared to the water. So this cannot be increased. This land cannot be increased. But in few circumstances, we can increase the land by reducing the forest areas. We can reduce forest coverage areas. Reducing the forest areas. Then unused tanks which are not having the waters and all, we can fill it with the mud and we can increase, that also can be used for the cultivable crops. Then we can bring the wastelands. Wastelands can be brought under the cultivation. So these are all the main things where we can increase the land. But land is limited by its nature. We cannot increase. Only the thing is we can, to some extent we can increase by bringing the wastelands under the cultivation and reducing the forest areas to some extent, and the tanks which are not in use, where the water is not there in the tanks, we can use that. We can fill the tanks with the soil and mud and we can use these lands for the cultivable purposes. But nowadays what is happening? Most of the people who are practicing the agriculture, they themselves are coming to the cities and towns because of the failure of the monsoons. Because when the failure of the monsoons are there, they are coming to the cities and towns. What is this called, children? The people from the rural areas are coming to the cities and towns and settling. What is this called? It is called urbanization. Why these people are coming from the rural areas? Because of the failure of the monsoons. These people from the rural areas are coming to the cities and towns and settling here. So this is called as an urbanization. But here in the Rampur village, as the village lands, these village lands are very fertile, the people practice cultivable crops and they grow nearly 2 to 3 crops. 2 to 3 crops in a year. Can you name, children? Kharif, Rabi, and Zaid. So, they cultivate millets, jowar, wheat, paddy, and Zaid. Here they grow the vegetables. So in this you can see here, the land is not left vacant throughout the year. One crop or the other crop is practiced throughout the year. Before, in the olden times, the farmer used to cultivate the land only for 6 months and he used to be vacant for the other 6 months. But it is not so, where he is practicing the Kharif, Rabi and Zaid. Zaid, in a very short period of time, for 2 to 3 months, he will be growing the vegetables. Vegetables are grown in this Zaids. Is it clear, children? Yes? Anywhere you require the repetition? Yes, children? Okay. You want the explanation of here factors of production once again? These are the factors of production where these 4 are very, very important. Land, labor, capital and organization. First one we have discussed about the land now. Then what is the labor? Any person who is working in returns for the money is called as a labor. Even we are considered as laborers only. We are also laborers. Any person who is rendering the service in returns to the money, that is called as a labor. Everyone in the economical terms is called as a labor. So this labor is very much required for example, if it is an agriculture, a single person cannot practice everything. So he requires a labor. Labor is very much required in order to support in this cultivable crops. Then capital. Capital is a money. For everything you require this capital. Capital is the most important one, where if he has to, for example, if a farmer, you want to practice this agriculture, he has to buy the seeds, HYV seeds, high yielding varieties of the seeds, pesticides, insecticides, good water facilities should be there in order to practice the agriculture in his farms. So it requires money. He requires money for everything, for harvesting the crops, for threshing, the machines which are required. If he doesn't own also, he has to take it for the rent in order to complete his work. The next one, organization. All these 3 will result in the last one, organization. A profit should be there for all the works which are being rendered by this. So in the final stage, if there is no profit, it is a waste to the entrepreneur, whoever it is. So in order to get the profits for his own organization, these are all the main things which will be working as the factors of production. In Rampur village, this is a very well developed village, children. All the corners in the village are electrified. Very well developed irrigation system they have, and larger areas of the land is cultivated easily intensive use of the natural resources like land and water led to the increased production and the yields. Why this has been increased? Why the crops, the yield from the cultivable lands is more in this? Because of the usage of all these. First of all, all the corners in the village have been electrified. They got the electricity and very well developed irrigation system they have, and larger areas of the land. With that, larger areas of the land is cultivated very easily, and the intensive use of the natural resources like land and the water led to the increased production and the yields. Now, what are the things that are used in order to increase the production? First one, the farmer. What are all the things the farmer uses? Farmer should have. The first thing, he will be using the HYV seeds. What are HYV seeds, children? High yielding varieties of the seeds are used by the farmer to get a good crop. Next one, good water management should be there. Good water management. Already we have discussed here that we are having a very good irrigation system. Good water management. Then chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers. Next one, pesticides. In order to kill the pests, pesticides. The farmer uses all these in order to get the good yield. Because of this usage nowadays, because of the usage, excess usage of the chemical fertilizers and the pesticides, the fertility of the land is declining. Even this Rampur village is also facing the same type of the problem. Why? Because of the excess use of the chemical fertilizers and the pesticides. With this, the another problem is also rising, like decline of the water. With that, the farmers had to dig deeper and deeper tube wells. With that, more diesel is used and also the electricity is also used in order to do that. So, to one extent, we are the main cause for the decline of the water, and also the fertility of the land is lost because of the man. Man is also responsible to one extent where we are losing the fertility of the land. Land should be, before I have discussed, the farmer used to have the work only for 6 months, and another 6 months the land used to be vacant. But here we are seeing that 3 types of crops are being produced by the farmer: Kharif, Rabi and Zaid. And here in this Rampur, what type of vegetables they grow more are potatoes. In the Zaid crop, 2 to 3 months the farmers grows the potatoes. So with all these, what do you understand, children? The land is not left vacant. With that, what is happening? The fertility of the soil is lost. The fertility of the land is lost. It is declining day by day. If it is left for a period of time, it will regain its fertility once again. But here, we are producing more and more as population is increasing. The land is limited in nature. As the population is going on increasing, we have to practice on the same particular piece of the land to grow more and more. So with this, the loss of the fertility is taking place. Now children, let us discuss about the population in the village. Nearly 2660 people live in this village. 450 families belong to the different types of the caste, and upper caste families will be having the majority of the land in the village. 150 families are landless. Now let us discuss. Did you all understand, children, this? Nearly 2660 people live in this village, and 450 families belong to the different caste people. But upper caste families only own the majority of the lands which will be under the cultivation, and 150 families are landless. What is landless, children? These families does not own any land. They are the farm laborers who work in the other farms. Yes, children? Did you all follow, children? What is the landless? Meaning of the landless? They doesn't own any land. Here you can see here, upper caste families, majority of the land in the village, they will be owning the majority of the land in the village. But here 150 families are landless people. They work as farm laborers in the other farms. Those who are having more hectares of the land in that farms, they are going to work in that. So they are treated as farm laborers, but they doesn't own the farms. By this you have understood, children, what how important the land is for the cultivation. How important the land is for cultivation. You might have followed, children. When the land is fertile only, the farmers can cultivate varieties of the crops. And here we have learnt how Rampur village is very fertile and how the people practice the different types of the crops and grow the and increase the production and the yields. Now here you can see not all the people are engaged in the cultivable purposes. Some of the people are engaged in the other activities. Like some people who are the farm laborers, they will be working in the other farms in order to earn their own livelihoods. But other people are also engaged in the different types of the activities. Like yesterday we have discussed about the services sector, tertiary sectors, where it is more important for the primary and the secondary sectors. So they may be owning their own vehicles like tongas, rickshaws, tractors. They will be running all these in order to earn their own livelihood. So by this you all understood, children? Have understood, I hope. Yes, children? Yes. Here you can see here majority of the land is owned by the upper class, and lower class people are those who doesn't have the land. So these people are engaged in the farm activities in order to earn their livelihood. So by all this we can conclude that land is a very important, which should be a fertile one for the growing the crops. Once again, let us recall, children, the 4 factors of the production: land, labor, capital and organization. Already we have discussed about the land and the labor. Now let us go for the third one, capital. Varieties of inputs are required at every stage during the time of the production. So what are the items that come under the capital? And we are going to discuss now what the farmer should buy in order to produce. Tools and the machines. It may be in the form of the plows or in the form of the tractor. These are the tools which are required to the farmer. And the machines like harvesting machines, threshing machines, turbines, automatic machines, etc. All this comes under the heavy machines. This helps to produce the goods. So it is called as an fixed capital or physical capital. Here fixed capital or physical capital is required to the farmers in order to produce the goods, in order to yield the very good produce from the fields. So this is called as an fixed capital or the physical capital. The second one is raw materials and money required. For example, take a weaver. He requires a yarn. Take a potter. He will be producing the pots. What is the raw material? A weaver requires the yarn and potter requires the clay. Day to day they have to buy this raw material in order to produce the goods. So this is called as an working capital. Did you all understand, children? The difference between the fixed capital and the working capital? Fixed capital at only once the farmer will buy. The entrepreneur will buy this, like heavy machines, tools, and all. They will not, these are the not the things which will be, he is going on investing on all this. Again and again he will not buy this. These are called as an fixed capital. These tools which he buys is called as an fixed capital. He has to keep some amount in the beginning itself, and it will be for years together. He can use the same thing, and which is going to increase his production. This is called as a fixed capital. But after some years, let me clear your doubt here. After some years, the machine also requires some repairs, some replacements. He has to buy the new one, or something. Sometimes depreciation takes place where he has to, instead of going for the repairs, he has to sell off that and go buy the new one. New innovative machines will be coming into the markets. He has to buy that. So it will be, at the beginning, if he buys this once, he need not require to buy again and again. For some years, this is going to help him to produce more and more goods. In this stage, working capital. Working capital, day by day he requires to buy the raw materials, because he doesn't have the proper, more capital will not be there with this type of people. So everyday's goods are sold, and then he buys raw material. And this is the difference between the fixed capital and working capital, children. Is it clear? Is it clear, children? Yes. The last one is an organization. Apart from all these three, this is the last one. The efforts which are being made by the entrepreneur. Who is an entrepreneur? Any person who is applying all this in order to get the profits. He is called as an entrepreneur. We can also put the farmer in the same list. He is also an entrepreneur. A shopkeeper is also an entrepreneur. Everyone who does the business in order to earn profits only, but in spite of a good planning and sufficient things which are being supplied all the time, but still they suffer sometimes losses due to the natural calamities, children. What are natural calamities? What are natural calamities, children? Floods. Heavy rainfall leads to floods, earthquakes, landslides. All these are the natural calamities which we cannot assume before. So they may occur the losses sometimes, many times before just reaching the profit stage. These are the conditions where the farmer loses. When the crop is ready to reap, it will be inundated in the waters. Inundated means what, children? Floods. When the floods occur, the crops will be stagnated with the waters. So he cannot take the produce from that. It goes waste. So here the farmer suffer the losses. So apart from all these, a very good planning, sufficient, very well planned, but then too they faces or they suffer the losses. But in the last stage, when he gets the profits, he is called as a very good entrepreneur, and with the sufficient planning, engaged in a good type of using all these equipments, he will be getting the profits. So finally, children, farming is a very, very hard one. A great hard work and efforts are required for the farmers. If they are the small farmers, along with the family members, they are going to work in their own fields. But middle class farmers or the farmers who are having many acres of the land, they only hire the farmers to do the work in their fields. So here the farmers who doesn't have the land, they are engaged to do the work in the large farms. So they will be getting the wages in the form of the cash or sometimes in the form of the kind. and it differs from region to region, and the amount also differs from the region to region. The work also differs from region to region. Thank you, children. Already I have discussed about the farming and non-farming activities. Go through the textbook. Thank you, children.